So we're going to look at this question with that idea, because that's going to be the shortest idea and the easiest idea to count it. Thank you. We're going to look at this question with this new idea of how many decisions do I have to make and how many choices do I have. We're also going to show how you could list it systematically using something called a tree diagram. So fan has three settings, off, low, and high. How many ways are there to set three fans? So you're like, ooh, you have, my brother can't fall asleep unless a fan is on in his room. So he's like, with this, he could have like a fan in one corner, a fan in another corner, and a fan in the front of his room. And he could be like, oh, tonight, what kind of ambiance do I want to have? How many fans and what kind of wind motion do I want to make in my room before I fall asleep? Well, how many options does he have? First of all, he would have three decisions to make. What is he going to do with his first fan? What is he going to do with his second fan? And what is he going to do with his third fan? And then for each fan, how many choices are there? He could either have it off, on low, or on high, so there would be three choices here, three choices here, three choices here. This ends up making 27 possibilities. So he could almost go a whole month with a different wind ambiance in his room before he'd have to have like, okay, I'm going to go back to that one the other day. 27 different options. Now, a way of organizing this as a tree diagram is that each of your decisions can have branches. So our first fan has three branches. It's either off, low, or high. Then, once you've decided what you're going to do with your first one, if you chose it to be off, now your second one, you have three choices, and three choices. Then it's off, low, and high, off, low, and high, off, low, and high. Then on your third one, again, you have three choices off of each of these. This is a little annoying, and you can see why the spaces is preferred. There we go. And if we count how many branches are at the end, there's going to be 27 of them. There was 3 branches to start off with. Once we made our second decision, we have 9 branches. And the nice thing about this is if, and I won't, but if I ask you to list all the possibilities, now you can just go along your branches and actually list them. Like the topmost branch of each one is, ooh, all 3 off, right? And then the next one would be, ooh, and so on, right? And you have some funny ones in here. Oh, this one's the funniest, I think. There we go. You could list all 27 of them if you wanted to. And this would systematically do it. Whereas if you just tried to do it in your head, listing them all, it'd be like you'd probably miss some. Or you might list the same one twice. So this diagram gives us a way to list them. It also helps us see why there's 27 of them in the end. And gives us this idea of the fundamental counting principle. So this is in our notes. We can highlight this as well. This is the fundamental counting principle in words. As an idea, you might want to add this. We're going to add a space for each decision. And then we put the number of choices for each decision in each space. And multiply. So when they write it here, they're just talking about two decisions, but you could have this for multiple decisions. We draw a space for each decision, find out how many choices you have for each of those decisions, and then multiply them out to get the total. Okay, questions for practice for number 1. You can circle, sorry. Three, 4, 6, 11, and 12.